Hey everyone, today I'm going to review ISSA's Strength and Conditioning Coach certification. So you can see here that when you first sign up for this, you'll have an announcements tab here. You will also have your content here, and this widget just lets you see all the courses. You have your course progress tracker here. You can see where you last were, what you still have left to do, and then you have helpful links over here. So one of the things I like is the ISSA FAQ section. This is going to help you with general questions, questions about your exam, questions about continuing education. I actually use this because I had some questions about my continuing education. I wasn't sure if adding strength and conditioning was really worth it for me. And then I realized that I would need more credits for my continuing education cert for things like personal trainer and yoga instructor and nutrition coach, and this would actually help meet those needs. So I really like that any quick questions you have can be addressed right here. They also have a download section that you'll see once I expand all this. And that to me is a really great resource because they save you a lot of hassle by giving you not only the full textbook, but some other guides that can be useful. So you get a free version online of the textbook, but you can also buy the physical textbook in the mail. I have purchased all of my textbooks because I like the physical textbook. There is a lot of useful information in here, and I like being able to refer to this resource regularly. Now, this one is highly instructive, and as such, there has been an increased demand, and your order might be on back order if you're buying right now. That said, there is a lot of good content here. If you are someone who prefers tactile engagement, or you just want to be able to refer to that book, maybe keep it on your shelf, keep it in your office, I would strongly recommend adding that extra cost to your plan. And of course, if you are working as a coach, then you can use that for potential tax write-off purposes, as it will count toward your business materials. Now, this is a very big book. You can see here this book is almost 600 pages. This textbook is significantly larger than some of the other textbooks you get with ISSA for smaller certifications, not smaller, but continuing education certifications like the DNA-based fitness coach, which is about 1/3 that size. And that, of course, is because there is different content here. Strength and conditioning is a substantially larger topic, and it has these continuing education units, 20, right? So this helps fulfill that need if you have any other certifications with ISSA. You also get 8 months to complete it. Now, you're going to need that 8 months because this is a very big course. You can see here that the modules are divided into 12 modules. Now, in general, most of the ISSA certifications are divided thusly. So they are spread out over 10 to 12 weeks, and that's how it's designed. But you can, of course, go at your own pace. And you can see here, let's just pop over to Module 7. So this deals with exercises for the entire body that athletes can use, specifically lower body, upper body, and core exercises. Now, this is content that you might be able to just breeze through in 1 week, but it does have several chapters. So we have chapter 13, 14, and 15. That's 3 chapters of reading. And as you saw, that was a pretty big textbook. And then 3 videos to go with it. So that's going to be a lot of content. And each of those chapters has a quiz associated with it. And once you finish each quiz, it opens up subsequent quizzes. So you do one at a time. But each one will have these core objectives and then the associated pages that you'll read for that chapter. So you can see here that chapter 13, we're going to have 14 pages that we're reading. If we're moving on to chapter 14, that's 24 pages of content to read. And then we move on to chapter 15, and that's 18 pages. So depending on how quickly or slowly you can read that content and how easy it is for you to get through, you might be able to complete weeks like module 7 in just 1 week. You might need 2 or 3 weeks. I have found that over time, I will have some weeks where I can breeze through a whole module, maybe 2 modules, and then other weeks where, life just gets in the way. There are a lot of appointments, a lot of sports for the kids, and I just don't have the time. So I like that it is self-paced, and once you finish each of these modules, then you get to that download section that I pointed out with the helpful information, including the book, and then the final exam. You have 2 attempts to finish that final exam, after which you can still go back and retake it, but you do have to pay a $99 fee for that. So basically, it's untimed and open book. So you should really be able to get through the first or second try by focusing your efforts. Set that time aside to really go through the textbook. If you like that tactile engagement like I do, make sure you buy the physical textbook before you end up taking your quiz. And again, you have to pass the final exam with 75% and each of your quizzes with 70%. Now, the quizzes you have to pass in order to get to the next module, right? You can't get to the next quiz until you've passed the previous quiz, and you can't get to the final exam until you've passed all your previous quizzes. But the only thing that warrants you passing or failing the certification is your final exam. And you can see here it's designed with, you have 23 quizzes and then a single final exam, and there's just a lot of information covered here. I like that each module is broken down into different topics and then different quizzes, and they give you an estimated time. So, okay, week 1, we're just getting started. We're looking at 59 minutes to complete that. And then as we move on, we're looking at several hours to complete those modules. So you can plan accordingly. You can actually look at this, and if you go, hey, module 6 is going to take me almost 3 hours if I'm just really cooking, but module 7 is going to take me 2 hours. So this week I have 5 hours. I'm going to try to knock both of them out. Obviously, that's based on your schedule and what you can do, but I like that this gives you a quick breakdown. So there's a lot to love here. Very comprehensive information in that textbook. There is a lot to absorb. With this particular certification, I loved the material here, especially different workouts for different parts of the body, what you are trying to train, but I would strongly advise that you go slowly through this one. There's a lot of material here. You're going to want to take your time with all of these modules and make sure that you have the right time to sit down and really absorb that information. So all in, I really like this one. It's not my absolute favorite in terms of what ISSA offers, but it is definitely up there. It is certainly my top 5 certification. There is just a lot of material there, and if you have a personal trainer cert, I would absolutely go with this as your second or third, in conjunction with nutrition coach, because it can give you the information you need to help your clients in the most well-rounded fashion.